Hello friends, and welcome back to Living with Cambria. Also, welcome if you are new. So today is a super well requested video for you guys. You're always looking for these cleaning marathons where I put together a collaboration of all my best cleaning videos into one. This one I'm super excited about because it's going to be the end of the year cleaning marathon. So this is some of the best cleaning videos that I have done in 2020. You're going to get so much motivation. I have deep cleaning, I have recipes, I have decluttering and organizing, literally everything. This was super fun to make and put together, especially since in some of these videos I am pregnant with little miss, which, as you know, she is now 3 months old. So I really hope you guys enjoy this cleaning marathon. If you've never seen one of these before, like I said, it's a grouping of all my best cleaning videos from 2020. So this is over 3 hours worth of cleaning motivation. If you are new here, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button and join me and my family here on YouTube. I do a ton of cleaning motivation, and coming in the new year, I'm going to be doing some home renovations as well as different projects that I want to get done before we sell this house. We're looking to move probably within the next year or so, and I want to get this house ready to sell, so a ton of new content coming in 2021. But let's get into this.
To sever the ties, but I would never would have believed them, no reason. Sometimes the truth is hard to see, but now the never seem to be over. I saw her, so I'm happy I got freed. Lucky.
Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you are new. So today we have a ton of motivation in this video. I did a little bit of everything. The biggest project was tackling the boys' room. We really needed to do a huge declutter of their toys, their clothes, everything. And this hit me literally just the other day when I asked them to clean their rooms, and we had a huge temper tantrum because it was too much work. Well, I tell my kids all the time, if cleaning up after themselves is too much work, then they have too many things. So we definitely made that our project for the week. Plus, they both just went through a huge growth spurt, and I had to go through and get rid of all the clothes that didn't fit. But on top of that, I also just have my regular cleaning routines. I decided to share a recipe with you guys, and there's just a ton in this video. So before I talk way too much, as I already am, let's get into today's motivation. Alright, so I had so many questions the other day when my husband was on video, and I just thought about it because he popped in this clip about the yard work he does. I shared that in a couple videos back because so many people ask if my husband appreciates all I do or what he does and things like that. So I really wanted to share just kind of our routine of how I handle inside, he handles outside. And we both appreciate each other so much for taking care of our different areas of the house. But I have to say, so many people mentioned how we need a riding lawnmower. And I just literally died laughing seeing all those comments, because normally the comments I get are how he should be helping me more, and then I share that video and I'm told that I need to get him a riding lawnmower. I don't know. I found it very funny. I also need to point out my husband and I have looked into them, and he honestly just feels like for the cost of what they run, he'd rather just get the exercise. Our yard isn't that big, so he doesn't mind just cutting the grass once a week and getting that little bit of extra cardio in.
Sometimes I'm delighted, don't wanna pick a fight with it. Everything seems so good. I guess I can't help myself. Would you call on me if I'm in the dark? I'm calling up 'cause I'm right under the stars. Would you run out on me leaving this mark? But baby, I'm the one who's breaking hearts, the one who's breaking hearts.
All right, and then after I was all done in our room, I moved straight into the boys' room, and I just started by going through their clothes. So the way I have their dresser set up is everything on the left is Xander's and everything on the right is Bjorn. So I always go through Bjorn's first because for the most part, what I do is literally take what doesn't fit Xander and transfer it into Bjorn's drawers. I've said this before that Xander's like totally my quarterback. He's tall, slim, just a little mini nothing. He's definitely got his daddy's body type. And then Bjorn is totally my linebacker. Like, he is tall as well. Like, for a 4-year-old, he is a large 4-year-old. But the hard thing I'm having is for like pants, I'm not able to transfer a ton of the pants because when I bought stuff for Xander, I always got slim or skinny jeans because it's the only thing that would stay on his butt. And now with Bjorn, those do not fit. So we're getting a little bit harder with hand-me-downs. But I did just recently go to Old Navy and get Xander a bunch of size 8s because that was the biggest thing. And luckily there are enough sizes that fit for Bjorn that I could still transfer some over. But you can see this pile right here. This is all stuff that either doesn't fit or all the skinny jeans that doesn't fit Xander, and I know will never fit Bjorn just because he is my bigger kid out of the two of them. Other reason that is so funny, and you guys can let me know in the comments below, is Xander's like my quiet, shy, video gaming like kid. And he also eats like a horse. Like, this kid can take down an entire frozen pizza on his own. And he is a skinny little nothing. Bjorn, on the other hand, will spend all day outside on the trampoline, swimming, biking. Like, he is a crazy person. And it is such a struggle to get him to eat anything. And he is my, I don't want to call him big because it's just, he's a solid kid, but I'm sure you get what I mean. And I just find it funny. My skinny mini eats like a horse and would literally play on his computer all day. And then my solid kid runs and is so active, and I have to like fight him to get him to get enough calories in during the day. And he is my solid kid. Of course, that's how it works. But the nice thing about that is pretty much like here, when it comes to shirts, they wear like the exact same size. So I'm literally just getting rid of everything that is a size 6 or smaller, because anything bigger than that, both of them wear. So I can now pretty much send them upstairs to get their clothes, and I don't need to worry about Xander coming in something that's way too small or Bjorn coming down in something that's way too big. It does make laundry situation and the kids getting ready in the morning a lot easier.
Down, down, down like a waterfall. You're keeping the smiles apart. You got me down, down, down like a waterfall. You know just how to restrain a heart.
And then moving on to toys. Now, I normally do this every August anyway. Both the boys have September birthdays. So in August, I usually do a huge pare down of their toys, knowing they have birthdays coming up. So I didn't mind doing this a little bit sooner than I normally do. Like I said, they were the other day, this closet's clean because I wanted them to straighten it up, but it was such a struggle that I knew we had to pare down and do this sooner than later. And actually with Freya coming in September, possibly August, who knows, I'm actually glad I got this done now because this is a huge project of organizing and decluttering. And who knows, even if Freya is not here in August, I don't know if I would have the energy come August to do this. So we spent all day. I do make the kids pitch in. I started with Bjorn because honestly, he's the one that we had the fight with the other day. And I told him if he wouldn't help his brother clean his room, he was going to be made to help me organize and declutter all their toys. I make the boys help anyway, usually, just because this is not easy to have kids help. It can be very overwhelming and very stressful. However, I am a firm believer that kids need to learn these simple skills of cleaning, decluttering, and organizing, and to know why we are doing it. And it also makes it less stressful on them if they have a choice. There's a lot of conversation going on here. If they say they want to keep something and I think we should get rid of it, I really make them explain to me why they want to keep it, not just because. And then I'll explain why I think we should get rid of it, and we make that decision together. So this is something that I definitely recommend getting your kids involved in. It can be stressful. I'm not going to tell you it's easy. It literally took all day. This is probably a project that would have taken me a couple hours, but not all day if I did it myself. But it's just so important to get these simple skills for your children. So highly, highly, highly recommend making this I do it about twice a year, but even if it's once a year, go through your kids' stuff, organize it, clean it, declutter it, and get them involved. And make sure you have a bottle of wine at the end of the night. Obviously, being pregnant, I can't have wine, but I will say, if you follow me on Instagram, this was the night that I went out and had girls' night, and it was well deserved after all of this. They had so many books in their closet, and we really only have about a handful that we really reach for. So I'm just going through these and grabbing the ones that we reach for and gonna put those back into their closet. And then I'm also taking a couple that I know are more babyish that I'll end up putting in Freya's room. But we ended up donating a lot of these just because we don't grab for them. And I see no point. I have a hard time getting rid of books, but I finally got to a point where I'm like, okay, we need to downsize because they're just taking up room and space. We don't grab for them, so there really is no reason for us to keep them. And then I had the boys come upstairs and help me downsize their blankets. This is another really hard project because my kids love their blankets, like absolutely love them, but they have not been sleeping on their beds for, probably 4 or 5 months now. They literally take all the blankets off the bed and sleep on the floor every night. So it's been getting really overwhelming when I get up in the morning and have to put away all those blankets. So I wanted to downsize the blankets. We moved the bookshelf that was in the closet out. That way they can put their stuffed animals on. They don't have a ton of little stuffed animals and stuff, but the ones they have, they really, really love. So I wanted to definitely make sure that those were put nicely so that they can use them. And then I'm just doing the final cleanup after having them with the decluttering. When it comes to the final cleanup, I do this myself because there's a specific way I want it, and I only actually clean their room, like go in and vacuum, make their beds, dust about once a week. The rest of the week it is up to them, but that once a week I do it myself to my standards. That way it's really clean and done well, and that way they can see what my standards are when they do it all the other times of the week. So this is just me finishing up, getting this room back to its normal state after the crazy declutter and organization of it. We ended up getting rid of a whole black garbage bag of clothes, which when you think that they're kids' clothes, that's a lot of clothes. 2 black garbage bags of toys, black garbage bag of blankets, and a whole box of books. So we got rid of a lot. I forgot to get footage of it. Also, if you see me put stuff in black garbage bags, it's not because it's going to the trash. It's purely that this is how we will transfer it to the donations place. It's the easiest way is just putting them in these bags and then taking them there. So that is why they're in trash bags. They're not being trashed, but that is how we are taking them from one area to the next.
Change the way I love it. Maybe if I try to fix this, start then I could have stayed the night. I could have called you mine. If I change the way I change my mind. Baby, we got time. If I change the way I love it, maybe if I try to fix this, start then I could have stayed the night. I could have called you mine. If I change the way I change my mind. Maybe we got time to make this
Alright, so this is actually the next day, like I mentioned, with that taking all day the day before. Not my normal cleaning routine that happens downstairs got done at all. So I wanted to definitely go in and get the downstairs really clean today. And big thing was probably the floors. The floors definitely needed a good vacuuming, a really good mopping between the dogs and the kids. And we had rain over the couple days prior. The floors were just trash. So just going through and doing a really good tidy up of the entire main floor, as well as getting dinner prepared, which I will be sharing with you that recipe shortly. So I actually shared this cleaner on my Instagram. This is not sponsored. They just sent this to me to my P.O. box. So I've been trying it out. I will say I've actually really been enjoying it in my dishwasher. It works really, really well. And we have very hard water. So normally we get like hard water spots that over time I have to vinegar my dishes and stuff just to get rid of those. And this took care of it. So I'm only sharing it, like I said, not sponsored. They just sent it to me and I am truly enjoying it. And it's just an Amazon product. So I would definitely go and check it out if you're looking for just something a little bit stronger than your typical Tide, or because it says you can use it on literally laundry, dishes, pretty much every surface in your house. So I'm just grabbing out my slow cooker because I'm doing a slow cooker bourbon chicken. I actually don't like calling it bourbon chicken because it was really, really good, but I wouldn't call it bourbon chicken. I saw this recipe on Tiffany from Beauty and the Beastin's channel, and right now with being pregnant, there's times I like see something and I just need it, and this was one of those recipes. So Tiffany, this is all your fault. Now, I'm not making it exactly how she made it. I'm kind of tweaking it with stuff we had in the house and changing it up slightly. But all I need is honey, soy sauce, garlic, ketchup, red pepper flakes, onion, chicken, and some sort of thickening agent. I use a roux, but you can also use cornstarch or something like that. But all I'm doing is adding a cup of honey, and then I will add a cup of soy sauce and half a cup of ketchup. And that will be the main part of the sauce for this recipe. And then I just add about half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes and about 2 tablespoons of garlic. Now, when it comes to the garlic and the red pepper flakes, you really can do it to preference. We like a lot of garlic in our house, and we like a lot of spice, but not so much the kids. So you could definitely add more red pepper if you want it, or less if you really, really don't like the spice. And then after you have that all mixed up, you just set it to the side, and then I'm going to dice up an onion as well as the chicken. Now, I dice the chicken before putting into the slow cooker. You definitely don't have to. I just think the flavors meld together better when you cut up the chicken. Also, I'm using chicken thighs. You can totally use chicken breasts. You do not have to use the thighs. We just prefer chicken thighs, so that's what I have in the house. And then one thing with chicken thighs, they can be a fattier meat, so you can definitely trim off the fat before putting it into the slow cooker. But whenever I put stuff in the slow cooker, I don't worry about it as much because usually it all renders down.
I'm telling you, I'm not doing this again. I'll let you win. I'ma let you win. Yeah.
And then obviously when you are dealing with raw meat, don't forget to wash your hands. That can be a huge thing. You do not want the cross-contamination. But then I just put my crock pot to high. I like to add a bag of peppers and onions to the bottom of my crock pot. And then I add the chicken on top of that, and then the fresh onions on top of that. You do not need to add the onions or the peppers if you don't want, but I really like the flavor of it, and I like a lot of them, especially when it's just served over rice. And then you put the sauce over it. In my crock pot, it took about 4 hours on high. Here's what it looks like at the end. The only spot I really forgot to show you guys was the adding of the roux. I just made a roux with flour and butter, but you can, like I said, you can also do a slurry with cornstarch if you have that in your house. Just some sort of thickening agent in the like last 30 minutes of cooking to finish it off. And then I clean as I cook or right after I'm done, because that way you don't have that huge mess after eating. Plus, this was in the slow cooker, so dinner wasn't going to be ready for a good couple of hours anyway. So I wanted just to make sure everything was cleaned up before I moved on to the rest of the house.
No reason. Sometimes the truth is hard to see, but never, ever, ever seem to be over. I saw her, so I'm happy I got freed. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. I won, got it done. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky. I won't let the door hit when I leave. I guess that I was born beneath a very lucky star, and in a week or two I won't remember who you are. Man down, he ran out of luck and now it's my time.
So this time of year is definitely the time of year that the dogs shed a ton. Actually, funny, I saw my friend posted something about a poodle slash Saint Bernard mix, and that might have to be a thing, because then I would get my big Saint Bernard dog with the non-shedding of a poodle. But totally off topic. Both my dogs shed a ton this time of year. So I go in usually with my dry duster and then the wet duster, because honestly, to just wet dust, I would have to use so many cloths to actually get it clean, because it would fill up with, well, mainly hair, not even so much dust, but hair. So I go in with a dry duster, get as much as I can with that, and then with the wet duster to really polish and clean and get the remaining that the dry duster missed as well. This is not normally what I do, but at least once a week I will go in like this and then try and daily go in with my dry duster to keep up with all the pet hair and everything. But dogs, if you have dogs, and especially big hairy dogs like I do, you understand it's a daily struggle. It's something where it doesn't matter if you clean daily, there's going to be dog hair, and it's a personal preference. I love my fur babies and I don't care, and I'm willing to clean up after them, and you just realize it's kind of a way of life. This vacuum has made it a ton easier though for the daily, just going around getting all the dog hair. It picks up a ton, it's lightweight, and I don't need to worry about a cord. You know, it sounds so picky to be like, oh, a cord, but man, once you get a cordless vacuum, it really, really does make a huge difference of how much you're willing to just grab it, because you don't need to worry about that darn cord getting in your way.
You knocked on my window and slept on my pillow, then said you had found your place. Not sure if I want this. You don't think that I notice. This isn't like giving you space. I don't wanna play the quiet type when I'm near you, pretending that I don't know who you are every time I see you. Tell me, is this part of an act just to keep your image intact? If you think that strategy's smart.
So if you're curious where the kids are and where Bobby is, so Bobby is currently still working from home, actually only until the 7th, I don't know what day of the week that is. I'll have to look. But he just got word that he'll be going back to work on July 7th. And normally I tackle the inside right around after lunch, because that's usually when the kids are outside playing. At this point they were swimming, so it allows me to get it all done just without the constant mom. And I know you understand what I'm saying. So I will try and tackle a lot of the house when they're outside playing and swimming, usually about an hour, and then I'll head out there with them to get stuff done. But it's kind of like the new nap time. Neither of my kids takes naps anymore. So after lunch I send them outside and I can take that 30 minutes to an hour and power clean the downstairs. Alright, I just wanted to share this shot to give you an idea of how much fur is in my house. Now, I empty this every single time I vacuum, and every single time I vacuum, it is full of dog hair. But I love that I can clean the filters and empty this so easily, so that every time I'm using it, it does really, really well. And like I said, the floors were a little bit rough because we were having some stormy weather, so between the dogs coming in and out and stuff like that, I really needed to mop them really good. I have a shark steam mop, which I love and I usually use, but if the floors are really dirty like today, I like to still use my spin mop just because I feel like I can scrub better with this. And then I just put on my mop socks, which I like these because if I go over a wet spot, I'm not leaving footprints, but also those really tough areas I can scrub with my foot if I need to, which there's definitely times you get those areas that even the mop's not doing. So normally you'd have to get on like your hands and knees to scrub them, which no one likes scrubbing floors on their hands and knees. And instead I can just use my toes with my little mop socks.
We sure know how to set a girl on fire. I'm not calling you a liar. Honestly, I'm just so tired.
Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you join me and my YouTube family.
I'll walk across the room just to show you that I'm still around. Ask if you wanna meet somewhere later when the sun goes down. Oh, you know I'm serious. I'm serious. I'll keep you all to myself. Oh, you're so mysterious.
Hello friends, and welcome back to another cleaning motivational video. So I feel like I got so much done this week. I am currently almost 35 weeks pregnant, and I swear every time I hit that like 34 to 35 weeks, I kick it into high gear because Xander was born at 34 and a half weeks. So at this point I'm always like, okay, baby can come at any time, and try to get done as much as possible before my doctor's appointments on Fridays, because I swear I always like have that feeling of, is this going to be the doctor's appointment? They tell me I can't go home. So this week we just, like I said, got a ton done. I wanted to try that trick with the fabric softener on the carpets upstairs. Pantry needed to get tackled. The oven needed to get tackled. Just a bunch of stuff. Now, I did do this over a 2-day period because honestly, I'm just moving a little bit slower nowadays. But it still feels good to really tackle that to-do list. And I don't mind doing it over 2 days because, hey, I'm still a mother and a wife where I am taking care of the kids and making sure people are fed. And the house just overall is kept tidy in general, which is a nonstop project of making sure things like that is done. So If you guys are ready for some extreme real life cleaning motivation, stay tuned.
This love ain't yours for the taking. And baby, this heart can't tell what's right or wrong. I know that no love ain't real if something's broken. But I know that we both gotta know it's time to let go. In the end, it's only down to us. There's no love, nor love. And I hate that I admit we're at the breaking point. At the breaking point, time to break it. Don't need no bad scars. It's not a false alarm. Before it's breaking us, let's face the breaking point. The breaking point. Face the breaking point. Just get it done. Face the breaking point. This love won't be what it has been. But baby, our love was good before we lost. The little loving that we had in the beginning. And baby, now we know we gotta let go. Don't need to hold on. Cause relationship is built on trust, on pure love and love. And I hate that I admit we're at the breaking point. At the breaking point, time to break it. Don't need no bad scars. It's not a false alarm. Before it's breaking us, let's face the breaking point.
So just starting out by tidying up the house, I often get comments asking if I clean like this every single day. And it's kind of a yes and no response. On a daily basis, am I tidying up, vacuuming, and keeping up with just keeping the house clean? Absolutely. Am I shampooing carpets, scrubbing out ovens, cleaning my pantry? No, I usually pick like 1 to 3, depending on the week, like big projects to do. And it's just my goal to get it done that week in general. But when it comes to making the bed, vacuuming, those are just everyday projects that I make sure get done every single day, especially with 2 big dogs. Vacuuming is very important. So yeah, do I clean like this every single day? Yes and no. What I'm doing right now, just tidying stuff up and getting the upstairs ready to have the carpet shampooer. Yes, this is something I will do every single day just to make sure that everything stays nice and tidy and clean. I have to say, I am still absolutely loving these Beddys. The idea that I went in here and pretty much the bed was made just fine. I only went up there and straightened it up since I was in here anyway, and I saw there was a shirt up there I had to grab. But the idea that I can walk into the boys' room and for the most part, everything is picked up and tidied up, and it's just another step that they can take on their own to make sure their room is clean makes me so happy. If you guys hadn't seen, I had these sent a couple weeks ago now. So they're super easy to clean, super easy to maintain, and the kids can keep their bed made all by themselves. It has literally been a game changer for us in our house. I do still have a discount code, and since you guys are always asking, I'm definitely going to leave that still in the description below. So check that out if you want to check out these Beddys for yourself. They are amazing, and the zip up function it's a game changer. Like, you're going to want one for yourself.
But baby, it's so damn dramatic. Sometimes I don't know where to go. Oh, he's my sunshine and my headache, but I keep coming back for more. So scary to admit that I'm falling for you while looking in your eyes. And there is nothing that I wouldn't do. I keep trying to break through, 'cause he got me so high. Just watching him, time flies. Make love to him daytime, I can't get enough. Yeah, he got me so high. Just watching him, time flies. Make love to him daytime, I can't get enough. 'Cause it's you that I love, I got to have it, you that I got.
Now, there really wasn't honestly much for me to do in Freya's room. I do still have to go in and organize some more. I just got some organization stuff the other day, and then I'm just putting the car seat in the closet for now. We haven't set that up in the car just yet. And then just picking stuff up so that I can vacuum in here. That way I can also shampoo these carpets. I'm not as stressed about moving everything in this room though, because obviously no one is really in here. So other than just dust and stuff like that I have to keep up with, there's really nothing for me to do in here. But I do still want to make sure that it smells nice, the carpets are nice and fresh, and everything, especially right before baby girl gets here. Alright, so I know I mentioned this in either my last video or the one before that. I don't remember. But wanting to try this fabric softener trick on my carpets. I keep up with my carpets fairly regularly. I highly recommend investing in a carpet shampooer. If you have carpets in your house, period. They're not that expensive, and it just makes a huge difference to once a month, once every other month, or whatever, just to go through and shampoo your carpets. It really is easy and makes a huge difference for the longevity and life of your carpets. But I read this, and it is supposed to soften up the fibers as well as just leave a longer scent to your carpet, and it does clean as well using the fabric softener. So I just wanted to try it out. I will say I do like the way it worked. Like, it smelled amazing, and it was just something simple. And for me, the other reason I like to use carpet cleaners is with having dogs, the fur really gets embedded in the carpet, and my carpet shampooer pulls up so much fur. And you guys saw I vacuumed all these carpets, but just the way it bristles, or I don't know, but there's always clumps of fur that I'm cleaning up after shampooing. And I actually like that because it just gives me that feeling that the carpets are so much cleaner. So The big thing you have to remember though is 1, never use too much product, and 2, really go over your carpet to make sure all the moisture is pulled up. So I speed this up so you see it pretty quickly, but I try and go over everything a couple times with the suction to really pull out as much moisture as possible. And when I do that, it literally only takes about 30 minutes to an hour for the carpets to dry. So it's not like you have to worry about your carpets being wet all day, as long as you make sure to really take your time and pull it out. Now, if you do have an issue with too much product, real easy to fix. I know people mentioned it on my last video, and I have done this before, is you can just fill your carpet shampooer with water and basically do a rinse cycle on your carpet to pull out any excess shampoo or whatever and give your carpets just a really good rinse. And now it is the next day. So on this day, once again, I'm just tidying up the kitchen first, because before I tackle any big projects, I want to make sure everything around the area is cleaned up. And one big thing I really wanted to do today was my pantry. I have a decent organization system, but let's be honest, pantries just don't stay organized, especially when maybe if I lived on my own with no children, no husband, no nothing, it could stay more organized, but it just doesn't. So every couple of months, I'll just go in. Usually I just tidy up around and reorganize. However, it's been a good at least 6 months since I pulled everything out and like wiped everything down. So today I wanted to pull everything out, wipe down all the not counters, but all the shelves in there and really organize it. But like I said, I like to make sure everything around it is clean. especially since when you do a big cleaning like this on a pantry or anything, you always make a mess. So I try and clean up the mess I have originally before making even more of a mess. I noticed this pan had some dark spots on the bottom. I was able to get most of them off with this Barkeeper's Friend. A couple of them didn't want to come off, but it worked pretty well. I love, love, love Barkeeper's Friend for a nice abrasive clean, but not like so hard that it's scratching stuff. I swear I use this stuff on everything, but all the major dark spots, it really got off. It just the little bit of, I think it's just a discoloration at this point. Those couple areas didn't, but definitely worked to get any of the bigger areas off.
I've never really been the one who's worried. Always been the one who's keeping it cool. The kind of guy who chill while others hurry. I didn't know that I've been the fool. I've been telling lies about something real, but I know love is based on honesty. Kept thinking how real love should feel, knowing that it's not just you, it's me. 'Cause I was made to be free. I am made to be free. I am made to be free.
All right, and then on to the pantry. I want to give you guys just a quick overlook of everything. Like I said, it's gotten a little hectic. So we are just going to pull everything out, get rid of stuff that is gone stale or bad. I like to also make a bin right away of maybe something I bought thinking I would like but don't like it, and can donate the unopened stuff and have it ready right away for donating food, because I feel like often we hold on to food because it's like, oh, it's unopened, I can't just throw it out, blah, blah, blah. Where if I just have a bin for donations to take to the food bank, makes it really easy. Because we all do that, want to try something, so you buy a couple cans of, I don't know, the new beef stew that's on sale, and then everyone in your house hates it. Just make a bin right away for donations, because that will just make life so much easier than leaving it in your pantry and it just taking up clutter and space.
Well, I am made to be free. That's my choice. What I need to be free. Still thinking how real love should feel, when I know that it's not about you, just me. 'Cause I was made to be free. 'Cause I was made to be free. 'Cause I was made to be free. She pulls the trigger and I'm just blown.
So these bottom bins I actually stole from the TV stand and put the two lighter wicker baskets, like the one I just put in, by the TV stand, because those are a lot bigger and deeper. And the only thing I don't like about this pantry is how deep it is. I don't like packing it full because stuff just gets lost in the back. I would much rather have this be more shallow but larger than as deep as it is, just because I don't like filling it to the back unless I have a basket where I can pull the basket out and actually see everything. So that's why I stole the baskets from the TV stand and put them under there. That way I can go in and I have my extra condiments and cans and stuff that I can just grab that out, or my extra snacky food. But definitely a huge difference. Took me about maybe an hour to go through it all and reorganize it, get rid of stuff, wipe it all down, but not too shabby at all, and I'm very happy with the way it looks now.
I'm trying to calm down and get you real up high. The scale is running wild, it's heavy on my side. I'm throwing things at you, but nothing seems to stick. I'm swimming round your aisle, think I'm losing my grip.
All right, now on to my oven. So normally I will use the Easy Off oven cleaner. I know, lots of chemicals and stuff, but I love that stuff. However, with being pregnant, I did not want to use that because there is a lot of fumes in it. So I'm just using baking soda and water to make a paste and scrubbing that on. I will let it sit for about 20 minutes. I will say I put this on and then I took like a 20-minute nap because I needed it. But I wanted to put this on so it would sit. I don't like mixing the baking soda and vinegar, so that's why I use hot water to make the paste. I heard somewhere or read somewhere that they counteract each other when you put them together. So I will just use it with water, and then when I am rinsing off, that's when I will bring the vinegar in because it gives a nice finishing clean shine, and it just really, if the baking soda has hardened, get it off real good. So I don't use it with the paste, but I do use it when I'm trying to get it all off and all clean. And this way, I don't have to worry about all the fumes of the Easy Off. Is the Easy Off cleaner easier? Absolutely. But this definitely gets the job done and is a lot healthier for me and babes. And then once I got all that done, it was just on to doing a quick, just like finishing on the kitchen, because obviously after cleaning out the oven and cleaning out the pantry, there's stuff all over the counters, all over the floor. So I just really want to go through and make sure everything was nice and clean, because if I'm going to do those big projects, which honestly you don't see, I'm gonna make sure everything else is clean, and visually I have that feeling of everything is just done and completed. All right, so I know this is so gross, but I swear often you guys don't realize how dirty my floors get. Now, this is with me having a robot vacuum. So even if I don't vacuum the downstairs with my hand vac, I will run my robot every single day. But 2 dogs and kids and everything, these floors always get so bad. So I wanted to share just a little bit closer look where you can actually see all the dog hair. I also got a new mop. It's the Bona mop. I wanted to get it just for quick cleanups and whatnot, and it had the refillable container. So that was my biggest thing, was it's got the refillable spray. So I'm not pulling out a big mop and bucket or the steamer with the cord, or this is just a quick and easy clean. I have to say, I really like it. It did a really good job, and I've used Bona before, but I think in this case, I really like this handheld one, especially like as you can see, it does a really good job cleaning, and convenience wise, like I think when it comes to cleaning, if you can find shortcuts that work, go for it, because cleaning isn't always fun. So let's at least try and make it easier on ourselves. But I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new.
This love ain't yours for the taking, and baby, this heart can't tell what's right or wrong. I know that no love ain't real if something's broken, but I know that we both gotta know it's time to let go. In the end, it's only down to us. There's no love nor love, and I hate that I admit we're at the breaking point. At the breaking point, time to break it. Don't need no bad scars. It's not a false alarm. Before it's breaking us, let's face the breaking point.
Hello friends, and welcome back to Living with Cambria. Also, welcome if you are new. So I'm sure you guys are wondering about the thumbnail and the whole baby is coming. So going to the doctor's office this past week, we have set up an induction date. I know I've kind of talked about this just for different like medical reasons, that I was probably going to induce early, and that is the way it's playing out. Just was kind of expected. Now I'm not giving you guys the exact day just because things could change, and I don't want to get anyone's hopes up of telling you exact days. However, I wanted to let you know that if you have not seen a video that says I'm in labor, don't worry about it. I'm not in labor. I have a video set up so that you guys are kept up to date with when Freya is coming. But a lot of this video has to do with her coming and showing you guys just all the things that I'm trying to get done before she gets here. I had a bunch of projects I wanted to get done. I still have like my to-do list of things that I wanted to do before she arrived. So after this doctor's appointment, I was like, all right, really time to kick it into gear. So this is just a buildup of pretty much the whole week of things that I was just getting done, getting ready. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It's got some cleaning motivation, some house prep motivation, literally a little bit of everything. But let's get into this. So on this day I was starting in the kitchen, one because I had my sister and my nephews coming over so that the boys could all go swimming and just chill. So I obviously wanted to make sure the downstairs was nice and cleaned up. But I had also gotten some new stools for around our island. So I had been kind of putting off putting them together. And with everything going on, I wanted to really make sure that I could get those together. We originally had stools that when I bought them, I didn't realize they were bar height and not counter height, which was fine at the time because the kids were so small. It actually worked really well to keep them higher up. But now that the kids are getting older and everything, I wanted to get actual counter height stools so that Bobby and I can use them and not be uncomfortable. So I was super excited to get these stools in, and you'll see in just a little bit me putting them together and how pretty they really are. I really enjoyed them. So I am super happy about buying this Bona mop. One of the reasons I really like it is I do like the Bona solution, but what I really like about it is the spray part is refillable. So I have been just like refilling it with vinegar and water in my normal cleaning solution that I normally wash the floors with for quick cleanups. And it just is really nice to be able to just grab this, do a quick cleanup on the floors, and then put it away. Because when I get the mop and bucket out, like, I want to really get in there and use it to its fullest. Where with this, I don't feel bad just quickly grabbing it, mopping the kitchen, and then putting it away. And then here are the new stools. Like I said, I really like these. They were super easy to put together. Obviously I have this way time lapse though, because even though they were easy, you still have just like the tedious of putting it together. So I enjoy seeing things come together real quickly. So I made sure to speed this up nice and fast for you guys.
Oh baby, it's so damn dramatic. Sometimes I don't know where to go. Oh, he's my sunshine and my headache.
And then this is actually a following day. I know I mentioned, I think in a 1 or 2 videos back, how I really wanted to shampoo the stairs. And I have totally been putting it off just because the idea of having the shampooer and maneuvering it on the stairs, I just was not looking forward to it. But with baby girl coming, I really was like, okay, time to get it done. It actually was not nearly as bad as I was making it up to be in my head. We do that all the time though. You have to admit, how often do you like, oh, I don't want to do this one project because it's going to be so much work, and then it's like half the work that you really thought it was. That was totally me with these stairs, but they definitely need to get done because my kids, well, at least Bjorn, likes to let his sippy cup roll down the stairs instead of carry it. So I had juice and milk stains on the stairs and everything, and I really just need to get it really nice and clean. So I'm just going in obviously with the vacuum first because dog hair, try to get as much of the dirt and dog hair up as possible, and then in with the carpet shampooer, which like I said, in the end was really not too bad at all. So when it comes to solution for cleaning my carpets, OxiClean actually sells a solution that I really enjoy. You can get the just Bissell, I have a Bissell carpet shampooer, but the OxiClean one, I don't know, I really like it. I feel like it does a really good job of pulling up any stains or anything like that. So highly recommend if you have a carpet shampooer and maybe not a solution that you love, look into the OxiClean one because I really enjoy this one. It has a really nice smell, like I said, gets rid of those stains, and it just, yeah, I just really enjoy OxiClean. But I guess I use OxiClean in a lot, so it's something that I've kind of tried and true in my house.
I've never really been the one who's worried, always been the one who's keeping it cool. The kind of guy who chill while others hurry. I didn't know that I've been the fool. I've been telling lies about something real, but I know love is based on honesty. Kept thinking how real love should feel, knowing that it's not just you, it's me. 'Cause I was made to be free. And I am made to be free. And I am made to be free.
So definitely one thing I'm trying to stay on top of before Freya gets here is the laundry. If you guys are new to my channel, I do not enjoy doing laundry. If you guys have been with my channel for a while, you know that. So I often get behind on laundry. So I've been trying to stay on top of it so that I'm not like stressed out to the max when she does come, because I know there's probably going to be at least a good week or so where I'm not cleaning my normal cleaning schedule or doing my normal like routine, and I don't want to be behind even before that, because then I'm just going to be way overwhelmed. I'm definitely someone that I may not love cleaning, but I feel so much more relaxed when my house is clean, so I don't want to get behind even before she gets here, knowing that there's going to be a lot to stay on top of once she is here already.
Well, I am made to be free. That's my choice. What I need to be free. Still thinking how real love should feel, when I know that it's not about you, just me. Cause I was made to be free. I was made to be free. Cause I was made to be free.
She pulls the trigger and I'm just blown away downright. My mind's indifferent to know what's wrong or right. Her bite is bittersweet, cause I'm stuck between her lines. She silenced me with words that shouldn't be combined. Oh, I can't go on.
If you guys aren't already, you should definitely go follow me over on Instagram. I'm definitely a little bit more active over there purely because it's a lot easier to stay up to date and live in that platform. So if you guys want up to the minute updates, that is where they're going to be. I really want to get you guys a labor and delivery vlog. Well, for you and for myself, honestly. I really want to get a labor and delivery vlog out for myself just for memories. But obviously, once we get into the hospital, you never know what's going to happen and what I'll actually be able to get. But I definitely plan on staying up to date, at least on Instagram. So go check me out over there, and I will chat with you soon on there.
The scale is running wild, it's heavy on my side. I'm throwing things at you, but nothing seems to stick. I'm swimming round your aisle, think I'm losing my grip. Oh, I'm trying to hold on. Oh, gotta keep on keeping on, 'cause I'm weighing us down. Just a little bit of you and I go by to make things right. I know you see me through, baby. I just want you badly now. Everything.
Now, I know you guys usually see me using my stick vacuum. However, with trying to prep the room before baby girl gets here, I wanted to pull out the Quantum. I do pull this out about once a week just because the suction and power of this upright vacuum really doesn't compare to any stick vacuum, but it's definitely a more bulky, heavy machine. So 90% of the time I will use my Roborock, but I do like to pull this out, and here you'll see just how much it pulls out of the carpet because it doesn't have that traditional filter. It uses water, but with us having the dogs and everything, this vacuum is a lifesaver with keeping the allergens out of the house. And then I'm putting together our new pack and play. Believe it or not, I never had a pack and play with the boys. We have this really beautiful cradle that has kind of been passed down from one kid to the next, meaning all the grandchildren from my side. So my nephews and nieces, all the babies have used it. However, it needs to be repaired, and two, with Bailey, I wanted something that was a little bit more sturdy in our bedroom since the dogs do sleep in here. Bailey is still a puppy. He just turned 1, and unlike Drake, who we have had for almost 11 years, like, he's been here longer than the boys. He's my original baby. He's going to be very good with Freya just because he's used to it, where Bailey's going to take some adjusting, and with him being so big, I just felt a lot more comfortable getting this pack and play so that he can't just like put his head right in on the baby. I know that sounds crazy, but it's definitely something that we wanted to make sure was good and secure for him. I don't think we'll have an issue, but this definitely, the cradle is much smaller and definitely something that he would easily be able to just like put his whole face in.
I'm serious, I will keep you all to myself. Oh, you're so mysterious, mysterious. I can't keep my hands to myself. I walk across the room, show you I'm around. Ask if you wanna be when the sun goes down. 'Cause you're the only one who can get me so high, so high.
And then once again, onto another day. I'm just straightening up the downstairs while Bobby and the boys were still sleeping. The sliding glass door definitely ended up having my husband finish it because I can't reach all the way to the top, and I did not feel like pulling out the ladder. But after cleaning it and then looking back, I'm like, oh, it really needs like a full top to bottom cleaning. So I got most of it done, but then I made Bobby finish it off for me because it definitely needed the top half done as well, just from buildup of dust and pollen and all the things.
I will keep you all to myself. Oh, you're so mysterious, mysterious. I can't keep my hands to myself. I walk across the room, show you I'm around. Ask if you wanna be when the sun goes down. 'Cause you're the only one who can get me so high,
So I was super happy to get this box of clothes from my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law have 2 girls. They have Ainsley, who is Bjorn's age, so she is just turning 5. And then Harper, who just turned 1. So they were giving me all the hand-me-downs from their girls since they knew, obviously, I don't have any girl, well, other than the couple things that I've already gotten. But for the most part, don't have any girls. So I was super, super grateful for all of this just to be able to put it up. And they put it together so nicely. They literally had each thing rubber banded together with sizing and what it was. And everything was clean, and it just made my life so much easier. And honestly, there is no shame in the hand-me-down game because kids grow out of clothes so quickly, and to be able to reuse and repurpose, I love, especially because they're also not cheap. I have bought a couple things for Freya, a couple footsie pajamas because I didn't feel like we had enough footsie pajamas, and a couple other things, and it's just one of those things of baby clothes are still expensive. So if I can get a hand-me-down, I am all for it. And then I was organizing out all her little bows because, y'all, I'm going to be obsessed with cute bows and hats for her because babies, when they're first born, they all look the same. So I feel like if you have a girl, you really have to, like, girlify her so everyone knows that she's a girl and not a boy. That may sound silly, but it's definitely something that's in my head, and I want all the girly things, at least till she's old enough to decide if she likes all the girly things or not, because obviously I only have so much control in her wardrobe for so long.
Since I was told last, I can be like this and I can be like that. I guess my time's run out. It's just confusion, yeah. Have you ever felt like you was on display? Every word you said just had to be explained. I guess my time's run out. It's just confusion. Try to come down, but I know it's gonna take a while. So what? I wanna hang with my...
And then it was on to cleaning out my car. Now, my car really wasn't that bad. There was a couple things that I had to throw out. I wanted to do a good vacuuming, but for the most part, it was not too crazy with this whole COVID and quarantine stuff. We're going more places, but we're still pretty much just staying home. So cleaning it out was not that bad, but I definitely wanted to get it clean and then install the new car seat that we got. I also bought, I don't know if you can tell, these extenders for the buckles because it's going to have the car seat and then 2 booster seats for the boys in back. If you go on Amazon, you can literally look up seatbelt extenders, and they work so perfect to be longer and get around the car seat so that the boys can still buckle themselves in without it getting in the way, because there was one thing that me and my husband were concerned about is them still being able to buckle up. I might be looking into a bigger vehicle soon, but not at this point.
I wanna go out again. So what? I wanna write you a song. It's not my fault that you can't sing along. I try to keep it cool anyways. I try to stay away from mistakes. I'm making my way and I'm good on my own. Skipping the show cause it's all that I know. It goes like we're singing.
So at this point, I very quickly realized I was not going to be able to really get my dashboard clean the way I normally would. The belly was kind of in the way, but I just grabbed my Swiffer. That way I could dust off the dashboard and everything, because that had a lot more reach than baby belly getting in the way. I actually usually keep a Swiffer in my car because I don't like the buildup of dust and stuff. And it's just real easy to quickly grab this and clean it off. But yeah, just going around, like I said, doing a quick cleanup of everything. This is definitely not as thorough of a cleaning as I have done in the past, just because, let's be realistic, me climbing around my car and really getting it in there good, just is not happening at this point in pregnancy. But at least getting that back seat really, really clean before getting all the car seats and boosters in makes me feel a lot better, so that when we do bring baby girl home, it is in there, it is safe, and we are all set to go.
I think we are so meant to be, but she says, wait, you forgot something. Every good thing comes to an end, at least it always happened to me. I'm telling you this now, you don't need to worry, cause I got this all down, and we'll get on together, and we can be so much more than who we are.
And then just going through all the recyclables, because after this week of unpacking stuff and putting stuff together, I had so many boxes. Bobby actually came out and we decided to keep some of the bigger boxes because Bjorn might want to be a Minecraft character this year for Halloween. So I might try and make that costume compared to buying it. And my husband was like, well, these boxes might work perfect. So I'm glad he came out before I broke them all down, because definitely think these will work well for putting his costume together. But I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video and it got you motivated to get some stuff done in your house. I don't know, maybe next video you guys are going to see is going to be the I'm in labor video. I'm not 100% sure, but I really hope you guys enjoy. If you're new, subscribe, hit that notification bell, that way you don't miss any new content coming out. But until next time, bye! Welcome back to Living with Cambria. So if you guys watched last week's video, you would have seen me do a mini transformation on our bedroom. Painted the wall that the bed is on black. Just did a couple minor updates. If you haven't seen that video, definitely go check that one out. But after doing that, it really made me want to like get this room organized and clean. And a big part of that is the closet. Now it's not horrible and it's not itty bitty like compared to our old house, which just had the sliding door type closet. This closet seems huge. However, it's still fairly small, and organizational wise it's struggling. So we my husband and I do this about once a year, where we will go through all of our clothes. And I feel like this time is going to be a huge purge, because I still have a ton of clothes from when I was working a full-time job, 40-50 hours a week. And I now stay home with the kids, and because of you amazing people, I work from home. So we are going to go through all of our clothes and get rid of everything I don't wear. Behind me, this is the clean clothes that I got out of the dryer. I'm not even going to touch those yet until I go through this closet. But let me show you the closet and what we're working with now. Alright, so here's the closet. Now it's not horrible. Bobby's stuff stays on the top because he's taller. I have stuff down here as well as over here, and there's stuff hanging. There's a bunch of stuff down here. It's just kind of a mess. Like, that's probably the nicest looking thing right there. But otherwise, I feel like he can size down a good amount of his stuff. My stuff I can size down a good amount. And my goal is to get this whole side empty. That way, that dresser can go right there. And then maybe I can put a nice chair, the dog bed, something there. But I just want to get that out of that corner just to make it feel more open and big in this room. And I feel like if it's in there, we'll be able to organize stuff nicer in the closet, and it will look neater in the closet. That's my biggest thing is, like, when I organize, I want it to look pretty, because I'm more apt to keep it that way if it looks pretty. So, first step, I have to empty this closet out. I'm going to start with my stuff and everything on the floor, and then Bobby will probably come in and start doing his stuff as well. I will also try and share as many tips and tricks when it comes to decluttering and organizing clothes. A lot of you guys have been asking about organization and how to let go of clothing as we go along.
Light me up, don't you stop, 'cause tonight it's on the line. Show me how you get on down, close my eyes, take me for a ride.
So I did want to jump on and say thank you to everyone that has gone and checked out our family vlog channel. If you haven't already, I will leave that linked in our description below. I am loving everyone's feedback. You guys really have seemed to enjoy getting to know Bobby and the boys more over there compared to over here where it's really just me. So a big thank you for everyone that has checked out our family vlog channel. This is a lot of stuff that was just on the floor. Like I said, no organization for where that stuff went. I pulled this out. This I'm hoping to end up getting empty and just taking it completely out of that closet. My clothes, it looks a lot more overwhelming when it's all on the bed. Yeah, it looks like a lot more stuff, which is why you should take everything out, because you get shocked by how much you have. And then papers and stuff that have to be gone through. Trying to hide the birthday presents over there, so if the boys come in, it's not like obvious, because that was hiding in the closet. But the closet, oh, shoes. I can get rid of a lot of these. I don't wear them anymore. I love a lot of them, but most of them I can't tell you the last time I wore. But the whole bottom is cleaned out. My shelf is cleaned out. I just have to get the top stuff off, but there's enough stuff out here. I don't want to do that right now. And then Bobby's stuff and what's up there. But I'm going to start with what I've got first.
You get it by now. Tell me what you learned in grade school. Give it to me like you want it. Did you forget that code? Why is I love it one side?
Now with decluttering my clothes, there's a couple things I ask myself. One being, does it fit? Now obviously I'm being a little bit more lenient right now with just having a baby. But there's obviously going to be certain things that I know don't fit me anymore. The other thing is, would I buy it again? This is great for things that just aren't my style anymore. You evolve, styles change. But then also, when is the last time I've worn it? If it's something that I have not worn, once again, I'm being a little bit more lenient because of the pregnancy. But a lot of these clothes I have not worn in a long time because I had them when I worked a full-time job, 40 to 50 hours a week outside of the home. And now that I work from home, I just don't wear a lot of these things, and there's really no need for me to hold on to them anymore. Same comes with shoes. A lot of these I absolutely love them, but when I'm thinking when have I actually worn them last, I just don't. I go for my basic flip-flops or black shoes. I don't wear a ton of heels. It's not like me and my husband are going out on a regular basis or anything like that. And then I'm just putting everything in these black garbage bags to take to donations. These are not getting thrown out by any means. And it's really up to you if you want to try and sell them on like ThreadUp or something. Those are amazing websites. However, for me, I know most likely they're going to sit, and in a month or two, I'll be like, oh, I was supposed to list these. So I just donate them to get them out of my house. And then my next project was going through my dresser. I have an obsession with leggings, but there are definitely the leggings that I grab for all the time and ones that I just don't anymore. I also had a bunch of pair of jeans that are more low-cut jeans, and I just don't wear those anymore, especially after having the babies and everything. I like the higher cut jeans, so I was able to get rid of a lot of them. My big goal here was to get everything other than like my intimate apparel into my closet. Now, in my closet, I color coordinate. If I had a bigger closet, I would coordinate not only by color, but by style as well. But since I don't have a huge closet, I do it by color. I just like the way it looks this way. But really, do what fits you best. And after I was done with my section, I had Bobby come in the room to help me go through the papers and his stuff. Honestly, the papers was definitely something he needed to be in here for, because a lot of it was old military papers and stuff like that. And he actually usually handles all of our filing. So even when it comes to house papers and stuff like that, that's just really what he handles. So he came in the room, and this took a while. This was definitely the longest process because it's tedious. But it is so good to go through it. We probably go through our papers, honestly, about once every 2 years. But it is really important. That way it doesn't get too overwhelming. This was still very overwhelming and a lot to do. So I am feeding the baby. The papers probably took the most amount of time, but Bobby is now going through his clothes. I got rid of 2 black garbage bags. Bobby has at least double the amount of clothes I have. He doesn't believe me, but he does. All my clothes I was able to fit on that bottom shelf in our closet. He has that whole top shelf packed much tighter than the bottom shelf of mine, and he has a whole chest of drawers. So I'm challenging him to get rid of at least 2 black garbage bags as well. We'll see how this goes. The next day, as you can see, we're still working on papers. We have a thing of boys' clothes I gotta put away, and then this is the closet. I ended up not putting the dresser over here just because of Bobby's different military bags. These are things that have to stay in here. So we just added a shelf here. This used to be in here, but we took it out. And now we put it back in. This, though, is now just those not random papers. We have a house one, we have a military one, and we have a printer one. So that's not random, it is organized out. But this is just more for storage so that we have floor space. You can actually see our floor. And then Bobby went through his clothes. He was able to, between this and his dresser, get through a full black garbage bag. But I still win because I got rid of 2. So, and then the hook is obviously going to stay because of my robes and stuff. But much, much better. But I got to put the boys' stuff away now and finish up some stuff downstairs as well, as Bobby's working on the paper situation.
My service automated, like data running through my veins. Got you distracted, subconscious overloaded. Careful, don't pull the cord on me. No time to stay around. Keep walking till you get out of my face. Regrets, restricted access. I'm just a fly to get up in your. We love discharging. I can't always.
So the kids are growing so fast. You guys might remember, if you've been with my channel now for a little while, that I just went through the boys' clothes and decluttered sizes. Literally both boys have jumped a size again. So once again, Bobby and I had to go shopping for new pants for both of them. I swear these kids don't stop growing. Luckily, when it comes to the shorts, we're just leaving them be because we're going into winter anyway, and we will wait till next summer to buy them new shorts. But I can't believe how quickly these boys are growing, because I literally just bought both the boys new pants, and now we are shopping again.
But you don't get that courage, cause you can handle my game. No, my drive's a puzzle. I got you so bumfuzzled, cause you can fall into my pain. No time to stay around. Keep walking till you get out of my face. Regrets, restricted access. I'm just a fly to get up in your. We love discharging. I can't waste my time when someone's slowing me down. So high, I'm floating, I'm shining in my prime. Start rolling over, cause you can't take my crown. I'll always be 10 feet off the ground. My crown. I'll always be 10 feet off the ground. Can't take my crown.
All right, so I want to know how many moms out there can relate with me with new babies. Totally had to do an outfit change because I had forgotten to put a pad in my bra, and I had milk leak everywhere. Oh, I know, TMI, but it's real life. Either puke or milk or something all the time. But I bought these tops on Amazon. I will link them for any of you nursing mommies out there. I love them, and they come in so many different styles that I bought 9 of them in different colors and different styles just because they make it so easy, and they are so comfortable. Also, I am using Barkeeper's Friend to clean these pans because they were really caked on with bacon and stuff, because I made a huge batch of bacon just to keep in the fridge. And this works so well if you have pans that are really tough. A little bit of Barkeeper's Friend makes this process so much easier.
I'll always be 10 feet off the ground. Can't take my crown. Can't take my crown. Can't take my crown.
Oh, we're still here, flipping coins about what's to come. It starts getting cold, and we don't know any way out of here. We try to understand how it all started to go wrong, but the sea is way too deep. Yeah, it's deeper than we could ever go, honey. We have to be together.
Now, when it comes to my glass stove, because I have people ask all the time how I clean it, I will always use either a multi-purpose spray or a degreaser, depending on how bad it is. And then the barkeeper's friend. I've found that this is literally the best way to clean these glass stoves. It gets everything off, and then I don't need to worry about having a razor or something like that. The barkeeper's friend really, really does an amazing job. So that's always what I use. I'll put it on, I'll let it sit, and then I'll end up wiping it off. And it works really, really well. I don't know. These stoves can be difficult if you don't keep up with them and don't know how to clean them. I know when we first moved in, I definitely had a hard time like keeping all the little burn marks off of it, because even if water boils over, you get all those little marks on here. Now, this dining room table has become like a catch-all, especially with Xander doing school here, and Bjorn has gotten to where he plays with all his little like Roblox character toys at the table and everything. So I am constantly cleaning this up. I try and make sure to do it after Xander's done with school, that I would just go in, put everything away, and clean it all up. With him only being in 2nd grade, I really need him to do school around me, just because he has questions and stuff like that. To send him to his room or just a quiet space to do it himself, it just does not work at all. So I have him do it right here on the dining room table. That way, if I'm taking care of the baby or taking care of Bjorn or anything, I am right there for him to ask me any questions, especially when I'm like feeding the baby and I can't move because she's attached. It makes it really, really easy for him to just come over and show me his laptop, and I can help him out right there. And here you can see baby girl's just chilling in her rock and play. She loves this thing, and I think because it just cradles her, actually all the kids have loved this. I got this when I was having Xander, and have used it for all the kids. You can actually probably hear in the background as I talk right now. The only issue is she deals with gas tummy problems. So that's what you're hearing in the background if you're trying to figure out what that like baby bird sound is in the background.
But no, I can't Maybe if I try to fix this heart, then I could have stayed the night. I could have called you mine. I can't be the one that you need. Maybe if I change the way I love it. Maybe if I try to fix this heart, then I could have stayed the night. I could have called you mine. And I'll be the one that you need. Maybe if I change the way.
I am still using this Bona and still absolutely loving it. I actually usually am using the Roomba to vacuum nowadays, but I do like bringing out my stick vacuum. So I was cleaning the house for the boys' birthday party, so I actually used the stick vacuum and then mopped and used Roomba again after, because Roomba can get under all the furniture and everything. I really like to do a double vacuum when guests are coming over, just to make sure. The stick vacuum allows me to go over the areas that I know really need it, and then Roomba just goes behind and picks up anything I miss. So I really do enjoy using both. I often have people ask how I keep up with the dog hair. Honestly, you just have to learn to live with it, and when it comes to people coming over, I just make sure to do a really thorough cleaning, as well as a really good grooming on the dogs to at least help with keeping the shedding down before guests come over. So last time I shared a recipe, you guys really enjoyed it. So I wanted to do another one of our favorite recipes. A lot of you know me and my husband are doing keto. My husband's trying to lose some weight, and then I'm obviously trying to lose this baby weight. So tonight I was doing a ranch chicken with mozzarella and bacon, and it is so easy but so good. Now I've done this with chicken breasts, boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and thighs. We're doing it with thighs tonight, but literally all I do is season the chicken with this ranch seasoning that I got from Walmart. Super simple, and then I will cook it in the pan through. So it depends on your size of chicken, but 6 or so minutes on each side, maybe 10 depending on thickness and everything. But I will just brown and cook all the chicken just like this.
Kissing under street lights, doing what we want to, doing what we need to do, staying up all night, everything is alright. Oh, I wanna be with you, oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be the someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you, oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be the someone who can hold your hand.
And then as the chicken is cooking, I will slice up some mozzarella. I had this brick in the refrigerator, so I was just slicing this up to go on top of the chicken once it's cooked.
Without you by my side, let me feel your love again. Just the two.
And then once it's all cooked, at least pretty much all the way through, you really want to make sure the chicken is cooked, because we end up putting it in the oven on broil, but this is really just to melt the cheese on top of the chicken. And then as this goes in here, like I said earlier, we made some bacon batched earlier, which is why I was cleaning those pans. So I just grab a couple strips, cut it up, and then once the cheese has melted slightly, I will sprinkle it on top of the chicken and put it in the oven just for a little bit longer.
Let me be the someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know
So on this night, I ended up just pairing it with some Brussels sprouts. As you know, me and my husband love Brussels sprouts. Now, this was just a steamer bag, so I just put some olive oil on it, salt, and a little bit more of that ranch seasoning. This is such a good and easy meal. You guys have to try it. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to try this recipe, and if you do, how you like it. Tag me on Instagram if you do make it. Also, don't forget to check out our brand new family vlog channel. We have a couple of videos out. A lot of you have been really enjoying them, and I appreciate everyone that goes over there. But until next time, bye!
Another season we leave behind, another story that's got me blind, got only you on my mind. I couldn't face what I couldn't find, just need to know I need peace of mind. Where are you now? Even though I won't believe.
Hello friends, and welcome back to another motivational cleaning video. So in this video I tackled a lot of different things, so this is going to motivate you to clean anything on your to-do list. If it's just your daily tidying up and cleaning, or if you have some deep cleaning like I had to do. I'm also taking down some of my fall decor because my parents are coming into town Halloween weekend, and we are having everyone over at our house for trick or treat, and we're doing just some special cookie decorating and a bunch of stuff with the nieces and nephews, especially since we aren't 100% sure if trick or treat is going to happen. So we wanted to do a special little Halloween party. So I'm taking down the stuff in the dining room and in the kitchen. That way I can put up some extra special Halloween stuff. And we have the space for all the little activities I have going on. But if you guys need some extreme cleaning motivation to really get your house in order, then this is definitely going to be an awesome video for you guys. So get your stuff, get up, and clean along with me.
Eyes on the prize like an animal. I want you to. A body like yours on a sugar rush, need no beauty call.
So for a multi-purpose spray, I'm still using the VO cleaner. I'm really enjoying this one. I actually bought 2 more bottles in the citrus, and I might like the citrus more than the other one, but I don't know. They're both really nice, but I just really like the way this cleans, especially my granite and my stainless. Also, I'm sure you can oh, excuse you. Here, little girl next to me. She is a big part of my voiceovers lately because she's just always by me. So if you're wondering about the crazy noises or sneezes, that's just Freya sitting on my lap and being her cute little self.
But I'm not gonna say that's my flavor. I'll put you away, save for later. You're my Candyland.
So I'm curious, in your area, one, are your kids back at school? Xander has been back at school for a couple weeks now, doing full-time. So far it's going really, really well. Our school is handling it pretty perfectly. They get their temperature checked every morning, plus we have like a questionnaire that the kids answer. Obviously masks are required, and it's just been being handled really well, and I'm very, very happy with the way it's going. But is your kids back in school, or is it still virtual? I'm personally hoping it stays this smooth. Obviously we don't want anyone getting sick, but I also think, at least for Xander, it's important for him to be in a classroom. He's very much an introvert like me, so giving him some time to socialize is a big deal. Otherwise he would have no problem staying home and just doing his own thing on a regular basis. But yeah, are your kids back in school, or are we still doing virtual for you guys? So this I try and do about 4 times a year. As some of you know, we have 2 very large, very hairy dogs. So hair gets everywhere, as you can see here. So I like to pull out the fridge and the stove about 4 times a year to vacuum it really well, clean off all the fan systems that like to suck in all that dog hair, and just give it a good mop. I like doing this because it makes it easier. In our old house, I never did it. So when we moved and I was doing a good deep clean and I got under there, I noticed how bad it, like I didn't even realize how bad it got. So once we moved into this house, I was like, yep, nope, never, ever letting that happen again. All right, I know you're supposed to clean top to bottom, but I forgot about this window, so I had to go back and clean the window and then wipe the counters down again. Sometimes this is just real life. Sometimes that happens where you try and do it the most like what makes sense way of cleaning, but sometimes you forget things. And in this situation, I totally forgot I wanted to wipe down this window. I don't get to it all the time just because I usually have decor over here and I honestly just forget about it. So just wanted to go in and do that. Also, so all the time people are asking me how I clean my floors. It is literally just hot water, vinegar, and dish soap. That's what I like cleaning my floors with. Even that Bona mop that I have, I usually just put this mixture into it because it's refillable, which is why I got that mop. But this O-Cedar mop is still my favorite. It does a much, much better job. I think it's because of all the microfiber pieces on it. But the Bona mop I really enjoy for those like real quick cleanups. The like daily cleanups in the kitchen that is just necessary because it gets dirty from cooking and whatnot. But as you can see, my floors always get dirty because dogs, children, and dark floors show everything.
Keep it cool for us, yeah. Hey, that's a cue for entry. I know those eyes. Let's act surprised, yeah. You got me looking crazy, baby. These wicked little games you play, yeah. So step up to the plate, don't wait. It's 3 a.m., so here I am. Oh, you're crazy, crazy. You're bullseye out of your mind. Last night we fought down at the club, but yet you're here in my arms. They're calling us crazy. I know that it's crazy, not logical, against all odds. I call it love. I call it love. You got me looking crazy, baby. These wicked little games you play. So step up to the plate. Don't wait. It's 3 a.m. So here I am.
Your baby girl starting to wake up. She keeps making noises. So I'm gonna quickly make myself my smoothie for the day. And I actually figured this was a perfect time to talk about this also. So I have been using Teami for a while now. I actually use their face mask and then their greens. And I was super excited when Teami wanted to sponsor today's video. Because I already use them. And as you guys know, I like to work with brands that I already know and love. So this stuff is awesome though, especially with having a new baby. Where did I put the cover? Alright, with having a new baby, this makes it so much easier to get all my vegetables in. There's like so many different vitamins and stuff in here. What, baby? Daddy's upstairs. Bjorn just woke up from his nap also. So there's 16 superfood ingredients. So you have like acai and matcha and the different stuff like that. Did I say that right? Matcha? 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 Someone let me know in the comments how to say that. But wheatgrass, it just has a bunch of good superfoods. And it's keto friendly. So if you've been following me, you know I'm trying to do more keto to get more energy and lose the baby weight. So I love that this still fits into my keto diet that I'm doing. And then it's also awesome with gut health and just giving me energy. Because obviously I'm up all the time at night feeding baby girl. So during the day, with being a mom of 3, it's really good for me to have the energy. So I drink this usually right around now, so it's about lunchtime. It has a very earthy green smoothie flavor. So if you have had a green smoothie before, you know what I'm talking about. So it's actually really, really good. It just has that nice earthy green flavor, which I like. I gotta put water in this though. Hold on. So I personally just drink it with water, but it's also, you can add it into smoothies, juice, whatever. This is just easier for me. And I'd much rather have easy than like having to grab down the blender, make a smoothie. I don't do smoothies much just because, 1, it's loud. So if the baby's sleeping, I don't want to wake him up. And 2, I don't know. I like simple. This is simple. So I'm going to go get her. Yeah, she's definitely waking up now. So go get her, feed her, drink my Teami, and then get back to work. Alright, so I got baby girl. And I totally forgot to mention, you guys need to just check out my description. And Teami is giving you guys a fantastic discount, so check that out. I have a link and a code for you guys to use if you want to try it out. Like I said, I love it, and I know you guys are going to love it just as much as I do. So big thanks again to Teami for partnering up with me on today's video.
Pick up the dice, give it a roll. You never really know which way to go. Feel it inside, feel the spark, lift you up when you're falling I've seen it all, that I've come so far, but it just got me high till I broke down. Does somebody know of a place where your heart doesn't sink like a stone when you're naked and broken, nowhere to go?
So it actually felt really nice to get all this stuff off the dining room table, just because to get it really thoroughly clean, you got to move everything, and that does not happen on a daily basis. I try to do it about once a week, but that definitely gets kind of crazy, especially since even though I have all this on the table, Xander still does his homework on here, Bjorn does schoolwork on here and everything. And then I've mentioned this before, I don't always clean all the way to the top of my windows for the pure fact of I am short and I can't reach it. However, on this day, especially with having family coming over, I really wanted to get the entire window cleaned. That way it just, I don't know, you do a little bit extra before family comes over, especially since my parents live out of the state and they only get up here so often. This will actually be the first time my dad is meeting Freya and my mom is meeting Freya, so I am so excited about them coming up, and I know they're really excited to see all the grandkids and just enjoy the Halloween weekend together.
I think I've seen it all, that I've come so far, but it just got me high till I broke down. Does somebody know of a place where your heart doesn't sink like a stone when you're naked and broken, nowhere to go? Does somebody know? Does somebody know of a place where the green isn't covered by snow? Every time that your eyes speak, it's time to let go. Does somebody know?
So these little grates by the sliding glass doors, or the rails by the sliding glass doors, whatever you want to call this, always get really dirty just because this is where the dogs come in and out, so the dirt and everything gets tracked in. So I wanted to get in here and clean it out real well. I will say though, on the other side, and you're going to see this, there's like a little crevice area that's really hard to clean out. I tried a couple different areas, but I'm thinking what I'm going to have to do is take like a power washer or something, at least to the outside portion, to like spray it out. Otherwise, if y'all have some good tips of how to clean, it's the crack on the right area. That it's like really deep and my vacuum doesn't fit in there and all sorts of stuff. So if you have advice of how to get all the stuff out of there out, let me know, because I got a good amount out, but I am not happy with the way it looks. I still want it to be cleaner, and I know it's kind of like something you have to do on a regular basis, but yeah, let me know if you have any advice. As you see, I tried a knife. Oh, actually, no, this wasn't a knife. Yeah, it was like one of those cheese knives, and then a chopstick. The chopstick actually worked the best. I've tried Q-tips in the past. That doesn't really work. This only helps to a point. So yeah, any advice, let me know, because this right here drives me absolutely bonkers that I can't like get it really clean.
You know there's emotion between us. Don't go cry about it. Don't go cry about it. You want me to take you in my trust. Oh no, you know that ain't the way. Oh no, there's nothing new in this game. You got to give
So, do you guys have plans for Halloween, or do you have any fun traditions that you guys do? Growing up, my family actually didn't celebrate Halloween. My parents just were not a fan of us kids going door to door, trick-or-treating and all this stuff, but we still always went to the pumpkin farm and got caramel apples. Like, they still made the Halloween season super fun, and like us kids weren't missing out. And now we do trick-or-treats with our kids, and we just do a bunch of fun stuff. We decorate for cookies. We normally have a bonfire on Halloween while handing out candy. Like, we have a bunch of fun traditions that we've learned to do as a family. So I'm curious if you celebrate Halloween, or even if you don't, do you do anything fun? Like I said, my family did not celebrate Halloween growing up, but my parents still had these really fun fall traditions so that us kids never felt like we were missing out. I would love to hear your family's traditions.
Never up, never down, never like a theme in a song, clever. Feeling high, feeling low at the same time. Feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine. But I get up, I always do. I never think, I always do. Never thought I wouldn't jump, oh what a fool. But if I fall, I will get up again.
So I'm usually really good at vacuuming the top of the couch. It's something that is just, it seems simple to me because you see it on a regular basis, and if there's crumbs and stuff on it, I know to clean it up. However, I have not taken this couch apart in, well, Freya's almost 2 months, and last time I did it was before she was born. So it's probably been about 3 months since I've done it. So I wanted to really take this apart and vacuum it really well once again before family came over, especially since I have a nephew that is allergic to dogs. Not like horribly allergic. He actually is usually fine coming to my house because we don't have like carpeting and all that stuff, and I keep the house fairly clean, so he never has an issue. And same with my mom. She's allergic to dogs. Nothing crazy. They can still come over. But I like to do a little bit more thorough, especially on any of the upholstery in my house, because that's where dog hair clings. And I needed to get into this couch because you can see there's dust, there's crumbs, there's dog hair. And I found a couple Roblox toys because of little Mr. Bjorn. He absolutely loves Roblox toys and has, I think, at this point, almost every set. He is missing a couple, but those are his absolute favorite toys, are his Roblox toys. So, nice thing about that is we always know what to get him for Christmas or his birthday.
It's a little bit too much for sure. So cold, but we're always coming back for more. Egos in this wicked game, it's all for sure. Oh, I've got you. If we figured out what it's all about, takes a second and then we're back it again. Coaster ride for the triggered minds, but I don't ever want us to stop it. Go ahead, then let me smile for all I care. Just wanna stay close, don't take that. Ain't gonna leave ya. Sabotage. Up on the floor, we know how to push the buttons to the core. I've got you. If we feel
So I'm absolutely loving this new TV stand because it is so much easier to keep clean. These electronics and everything still need to get dusted once in a while, but it used to pretty much be daily that I had to go in here and clean them off. And now I can do a quick wipe down about once a week just because the dust isn't clinging quite as bad, as well as, honestly, it's just not as noticeable because it's not that big glass black entertainment system I had before where you saw everything. So absolutely loving that entertainment system still. There you can see Bailey. He is a big culprit to all the dust and hair. Oh, and there's Drake. They are the reason I have to clean this house all the time. You would think it's my children, but it is not my children. Well, I shouldn't say that. I totally forgot how much stuff you need for babies, and it's not little things. Babies are so little, but all their stuff is huge. So, yeah, I forgot about all of that. But then just going into my bedroom. So it's getting cold here in Wisconsin. I don't know about around you, depending on where you are, if it's gotten cold yet, but we are definitely in fall, moving into winter. So I have been adding a big blue blanket.
Underneath rays of gold, your body, you're so close. No, I can't forget, no. When I saw you on the dance floor, oh, I saw you who saw me first. I guess it's history now, and I shouldn't care, but it still hurts. I didn't realize the danger, cause you're the end of the rainbow. And the music was so loud, didn't catch your name over this crowd. Girl, you should wear a name tag, cause all I wanna do is to know your name. Girl, you should wear a name tag, that's the only way that I get your name. Girl, you should wear a name tag, it's too important to be your name. People go insane when
So you also might have seen in a previous video, I did move the pack and play into baby girl's bedroom. I'm trying to adjust her into napping and sleeping in her room, and it's been working really, really well, actually. So I think she just sleeps a little bit better when there's not all that extra noise, and I definitely sleep a little bit better when she's not in our room, just because if you're a mom, you know you wake up to every little sound your baby makes just because you're so in tune with your babies. So not having her right next to me has definitely helped, but I still have the video monitor, so I feel like very comfortable with her in her room, and I know it's helping her with nap times during the day and definitely helping me with sleep at night. And being a mom of 3, I definitely need to make sure I'm taking care of myself and me getting enough sleep. That way I can be the best mom possible, because never feel guilty about taking care of yourself. Like, any moms out there, do not feel guilty about taking care of yourself, because the only way for you to be the best mother, wife, significant other, anything, daughter, is by taking care of yourself first. I feel like as moms, we often feel guilty about doing anything for ourselves, but if you don't do stuff for yourself and you're not in the best position, you're not going to be the best mom that you want to be for your family. So never feel guilty. I had to say that because I got a couple comments from my Instagram post the other day, and that one really stuck out. Was one woman that told me she felt guilty, and it's like, don't feel guilty. I used to feel guilty all the time, but now with taking that little bit of time, and sometimes it's not much, trying to get sleep at night, taking a hot shower by myself without interruptions, like, it doesn't take much. Buying yourself a new outfit so you feel pretty, or a new perfume so you feel nice. Just do the little things. It will make a huge difference of how you feel and how well you can take care of your family as well.
on and on it goes, round and round the rodeo. Breathing out air for a minute, taking my time to begin with. On and on it goes, swinging down in life, you know. Breathing out air for a minute.
Well, I am so glad you guys decided to join me in today's cleaning motivation, and I hope you got up and cleaned along with me and tackled your to-do list. I really enjoy making these clean with me videos for you guys, so I love everyone that comes and supports me. It just really means the world to me. If you're new here, I would love if you would subscribe, hit that notification bell, that way YouTube lets you know every time I upload a new video. And yeah, if you guys haven't already, check out my family vlog channel. I will have that linked down below, as well as you'll see the little family vlog icon at the end. And don't forget to check out Teamy, especially all you moms that you don't have enough time sometimes to eat. I know I eat about one meal a day because I'm always running around and just need that extra energy. You guys are going to love the Teamy greens. And if you're not a fan of green drink, make it into a fruit smoothie. It is so good that way. And then you don't even taste the greens. I personally like green smoothies, so I just drink it plain. But y'all are going to thank me.
Never up, never down, never. Like a theme in a song, clever. Feeling high, feeling low at the same time. Feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be right. But I get up, I always do. I never think, I always do. Never thought I wouldn't jump, oh what a fool.
Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. So I am super excited about today's extreme cleaning motivation. I got so much done this day. This never happens, but it was just like the perfect storm. I had some extra help, and then I was just able to really tackle so much, which I am definitely needing to do. There's a lot of areas I haven't done in a long time. That light fixture being one of them. Gross, that was a lot of dust. But also with Christmas coming up soon, I like to make sure my house is really deep cleaned and everything is looking its best before I decorate for Christmas. So you're going to see a ton of cleaning motivation in today's video. So I hope you guys are ready for this and get up and clean along with me.
At the same time, feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be right. But I get up, I always do. I never think, I always do. Never thought I wouldn't jump, oh what a fool. But if I fall, I will get up again. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been.
All right, be honest with me, because I know I can't be the only one that always forgets to empty the empty containers in the shower. Now, it's not just lazy as much as forgetting, because I remember they have to be taken out when I'm in the shower, but then they're all wet. So I want to do it when they're dry, so I'm not taking out all the wet containers. And by the time I remember again, I'm taking another shower. How many of you forget that? Well, today I made it a mission. I don't usually scrub out my shower because I have a daily shower spray, but today I was going to do that, and I was going to empty all of those bottles out of here because I had a good like 5 or 6 empties that needed to be taken to the recycling. So let me know. I know I can't be the only one that forgets. It's so easy unless you take it out while they're wet, but I don't know. It felt really good to finally get them out of there and just have the stuff that is actually usable in the shower again.
Strawberry lips burning on my skin, craving for you. I tell myself that the bubblegum wrapper is the sin. A tongue so sweet it can knock me out.
All right, so here's a question I just recently got, and it's about cleaning toilets with animals, especially animals that shed a lot. They asked how I handle the hair on the toilet, hairy toilet problems. The ones of you out there with pets that shed a lot, you understand the hairy toilets. And honestly, the only advice I have is, one, use a microfiber cloth, because the towels just do not clean it up that well. And two, try and do it a little bit more often so it doesn't build up. I will also get in there and vacuum around the toilet and get all the hair out, especially if you guys been following me for a while, you know Bailey will like sleep hugging this toilet in our master bathroom. So there is always hair, and I just try and keep up with it the best that I can. But the biggest thing are the microfiber cloths. They really do help when it comes to picking up all that hair. Otherwise, it's just normal. You're not alone. I have hairy toilets also.
But I'm not gonna stay, that's my flavor. I'll put you away, save for later. You're my Candyland.
So once I was done in the bathroom, I ended up moving downstairs to handle the kitchen. Bobby was still upstairs, so I did the bathroom, but then I wanted to just move down into the kitchen and get all that done. I had just went candle shopping, which I am so excited to be picking up these Christmas ones. I mainly got pine, honestly, because I love that like Christmas tree smell during the holidays. So I got a couple of those, that way once Christmas hits and just decorating, I like to decorate with candles that smell really good and smell like the season to get me in the mood. So that was definitely a win, finding those candles. But the other big project I had today, which is why I'm actually cleaning off this island, was cleaning out my stove. I have not cleaned out my stove in a while, and it had gotten really bad. And last time I cleaned it, I was pregnant, so I didn't get to use the cleaner that I really enjoy using. So I love using Easy Off in my oven. This is not a sponsored video. I just truly love Easy Off. It is exactly what the name says. Super easy to use. I spray it on. 5 minutes later, I come back and I wipe it off, and it's so easy, and it just works so much better than anything I've ever used before. So this is my go-to, but I was not using it while pregnant because it is more fumey than obviously any of the natural ways to do it. And then for any of the really bad areas, I just go in and do a second coat and let it sit for another 5 minutes. And that usually does it for me. It usually gets my stove literally like perfect. This, like I said, this stuff is bomb. I don't recommend it if you have breathing problems, but they've even gotten better where it's not as bad as it used to be. But I know like my mom who has asthma can't use it because it is a very strong product, and I open the windows and stuff. But literally nothing works better than this, at least not that I've found.
love. I'm at the corner of the club. It's pouring down, but I won't, no, I won't budge. I'll call your bluff. You think you're tough, yeah, so go ahead, come and put me off. Bring all your friends so they can watch. You're drunk dialing up the phone, so here I am at 3 a.m. You got me looking crazy, baby. These wicked little games you play, yeah. So step up to the plate, don't wait. It's 3 a.m., so here I am. Oh, you're crazy, crazy. You're bullseye out of your mind. You're crazy, crazy in every way I can find. You're crazy, crazy. The more I think of it, I might be crazy too. Crazy for one.
So I am still using the VO. I really do like this stuff. I love trying new products. If you saw my last video, you would have seen me using this one. And this stuff really works so well. I had someone ask me how I like Grove, if I'm still using Grove, why I use their website and everything. And I love Grove. Mainly it's all their different scents and everything. I really, really enjoy using it. And I don't have a Target near me. I live in a fairly small town and we pretty much just have Walmart. So that's why I like using the Grove Collaborative website for most of my cleaners. But I also love trying new cleaners. Like, I am not ride or die when it comes to Grove Collaborative. It is what you will see mostly in my house, but if I see a new product out there that looks interesting, I will totally pick it up and try it just to see if maybe it works better than what I've been using. Because anything that makes cleaning easier is a win. Like, no one loves cleaning. At least I don't love cleaning. I just love having a clean home. Mentally, I feel better. Physically, I feel better. Everything when my house is clean. When it's a disaster, like, I feel if my house is a complete wreck, my mind is a complete wreck. Like, I don't know, mentally it just really, really does help. So I love trying new products, and anything that'll make my life a little bit easier, I'm all for trying it. So if you guys have any tips and tricks on little things that you're like, this is the best stuff I've ever found, let me know in the comments below, because I love trying new products and I'll let you know what I think of them, and give you my honest opinion if I love them or if I've tried better.
Crazy too, crazy for wanting you, know. Pick up the dice, give it a roll. You never really know which way to go. Feel it inside, feel the spark, lift you up when you're falling apart.
Alright, so I was finally able to go in my room and get it all tidied up. I try and do this right away in the morning, but when Bobby's home, obviously, I let him just do his thing and I don't force him out. Oh, and I did finally get an adjustable base. Me and my husband have been talking about it for a little while because we enjoy watching TV in our rooms. Also, I always get asked why all the TVs in the house are on when I'm cleaning. So they're not all on at the same time. However, the rooms that I'm cleaning, I do turn the TV on. Just like some people listen to music while cleaning, I enjoy having a show on that I can listen to and watch. I usually turn on something like HGTV or Food Network that I don't have to like really watch and pay attention to, but that's just how I enjoy cleaning, is with the TV on. But we just got this adjustable base because me and my husband watch TV in our room, and he also deals with some back problems just from his 19 years in the military. So they had recommended him sleeping with like more pillows and a little bit elevated. So we finally pulled the trigger, got this base, and it is amazing. We also, as you saw, just took the pack and play out of our room. The reason I am doing that is Freya has gotten very dependent on me, and I love that, especially when they're so little. But I also know if I don't get her on a routine now and let her be this dependent, it's going to be a nightmare as she grows up. So we have been working on having her sleep in her room. So I have a video monitor in there and everything, so she's safe and everything, and I can still watch her, but I am trying to make her not so dependent on mommy, because right now it's cute, right now I love it, but I know she'll turn into a monster if I don't. I've made that mistake before with the boys, and I don't want to do it with her. I want her to be able to self-soothe and take care of herself, so that is why we are taking the pack and play out of the room. However, I just put it in her room because I'm not guaranteeing that it's going to stay like this. If we try this and it's an utter disaster, then it's coming back in our room. But I'm at least testing this out.
Covered by snow. Every time that your eyes speak, it's time to let go. Does somebody know?
I also should mention, I don't recommend this if your baby's still waking up every 2 hours to eat. She is not. She is giving me a good 4 to 5 hour stretches at night, which is why I am comfortable with moving her into her room. If she was still getting up every 2 hours, there's no way I'd be moving her out of my room, just because I don't want to be having to go across the house and everything every 2 hours to grab her. But she has been sleeping really good. It's about every 4 to 5 hours at night. And I feel like she's just sleeping better without the distraction of me waking her up. So I know I've mentioned before that my dining room is kind of my catch-all, and is definitely more of that ever since this virtual learning. Now, Xander is now doing full face-to-face learning. However, when he gets home, any homework is often done on the computer. I think they're preparing them for, just in case it goes back to virtual, that they're doing still a ton on the computer. At least that's what I think makes the most sense to why he's doing so much on the computer still. But the boys also obviously eat at this table and everything, so it gets real dirty. And I want to do a close-up because I know the camera often doesn't show everything, and you guys often think I'm just cleaning a clean area. This is what the table looks like. Now you can see from far back, it doesn't look that bad, but it definitely gets really bad between them eating here and playing here and everything that goes on at this table. It definitely needed a really good cleaning. I also really wanted to shampoo these rugs, so that's why I was taking everything out of the room. That way I could shampoo them really, really well. With cleaning this is an extension table, so it's got some leaves, so I can make it bigger for like family holidays and things like that. And that crack area gets so dirty. So that was my other goal today, was to clean all of this table, not just the inside. Not quite sure where these pencils came from, but they were hiding in there. I'm sure it's from Xander, or not Xander, but Bjorn playing under the table. For some reason, must have thrown pencils up there. I don't know how long they've been there, I'll be honest. Now, when I was done vacuuming, I was just going to go over and spot clean just areas that the boys might have spilt something or whatever. I try to go in there with a spot cleaner before I shampoo it and let it sit for a little bit. because there's also like some paw prints on here from the dogs coming inside. I love having these lighter rugs, but they are definitely more maintenance to keep them clean. Also, you guys always ask about my shampooer, so it is the Bissell Pet Pro Heat. This one is awesome. I love it. It really does a really good job, especially with pulling the water out of the carpet. With these rugs being on my hard surface floors, I obviously want to make sure they're really dry so they don't mess up the floors, and this does a really good job. It literally gets them almost completely dry just by me going over them, and the little bit of dampness there is usually completely gone within about 30 minutes. I do make sure to go over it a couple times to really I go over it till I don't see water coming up in the tank anymore, and it works so well to really get these floors clean. I think if you have pets and kids, like a carpet shampooer is a necessity. It's about as important as a vacuum.
Bit too much for sure, so cold, but we're always coming back for more. Egos in this wicked game, it's all for sure. Oh, I've got you. If we figured out what it's all about, takes a second and then we're back it again. Coaster ride for the triggered minds, but I don't ever want us to stop it. Go ahead, let me smile for all I care. Just wanna stay close, don't take that. Ain't gonna leave ya. Sabotage. You're a million. Explode every time you go and slam the door. Adore how we always end up on the floor. We know how to push the buttons to the core. I've got you. If we figured out what it's all about, takes a second and then we're back it again. Coaster ride for the triggered minds, but I don't ever want us to stop it. Go ahead, let me smile for all I care. Just wanna stay close, don't take that. Ain't gonna leave ya. Sabotage. You're a million.
I'm also not doing a thorough mopping on this day, but whenever I do these rugs, I like to bring my mop around it just because, as you can see, the water gets on the outside of it, so I like to make sure there's no puddles around. So I just bring the mop out to just do a quick mopping around the rugs and make sure there's nothing that could end up bubbling these floors or ruining them, because obviously not something you want to have to repair down the road. And as you can see, that's just from one rug. Like, they get gross. They get really gross.
Don't take that. Ain't gonna leave ya. Sabotage. You're a million.
Girl, you should wear a name tag. Girl, you should wear a name tag. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa.
Let's go.
Summer's gone, I'm latching on. Don't even know your name, but you're still in my head. Underneath rays of gold, your body, you're so close. No, I can't forget, no.
Forget what?
When I saw you on the dance floor, oh, I saw you who saw me first. I guess it's history now, and I shouldn't care, but it still hurts. I didn't realize.
I totally forgot how the house just explodes with baby stuff when you have a baby. Because when the boys get older, like, they are really good at taking care of their toys and making sure they're not all over the place. But as you can see, car seats, boppies, floor mat, which this floor mat is awesome. I got this one from Love Every. It is such good quality, and everything about it is just so awesome. They actually just sent it as a gift for Freya. It was so sweet that they were just like, hey, wanted to congratulate you and sent it to me. And I absolutely love it. Like, it is so much nicer than the one I had for the boys. And she really likes it. But yeah, the amount of stuff you have for babies, it is so crazy. I totally forgot how much stuff there is. So this room is always kind of crazy just because she's got a lot of stuff, and baby stuff is big. Like, it's not like a little toy here or there. It's like, here's the swing, here's the rock and play, here's the floor mat. Like, there's so much stuff. But I need to get this room cleaned. I wanted to get the rug vacuumed right away. Normally I work top to bottom, but I wanted to put the spot cleaner on the rug and then go around and dust and stuff, but give that spot cleaner time to do its magic.
Girl, you should wear a name tag. That's the only way that I get your name. Girl, you should wear a name tag. It's too important to be your name. People go insane when you walk by. Girl, you should wear a name tag. Girl, you should wear a name tag. Girl, you should wear a name tag. 'Cause I need you on the dance floor. 4 a.m. and we go home. I guess it's history now and girl, you should wear a name tag. I didn't realize the danger. 'Cause you the end of the rainbow. And the music was so loud. Girl, you should wear a name tag. Hey, I think that you're in over your head. Now I'm done talking. This time I might go out with my friends. And I don't want your sad blue eyes. You know everything about me. Like I need my territory. So why are you still so needy? You're in over your head. Phone is ringing, always at a bad time. Every time you flash your name, always leaving, then you got me chasing you like I'm the one to blame.
Now, you would assume this rug didn't get that bad because it's not right next to the sliding glass doors to the backyard like the other one, and it's not under the dining room table. However, I think this one actually gets worse because the dogs will chew on their bones on this rug. So there's usually a lot more fur and just a lot more dog chewing slobber and broken up bones on this rug. So this one I actually think it's worse than the other one. So it was also really, really important for me to get this one really clean. I'm thinking about getting new rugs, but I love these rugs. I know some of you have told me that they don't match and I need to get new ones and I have horrible taste. However, I love these rugs. So I've thought about it, but I just have a really hard time parting with them because I think they are so pretty.
Funny how it changed in a matter of time. Phone is ringing, always at a bad time. Every time you flash your name, always leaving, then you got me chasing you like I'm the one to blame. Oh, I think you're so rude. Don't wanna fight you, but you don't ever take a break 'cause you.
Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Also, if you're new here, I would love if you would subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And hey, It's free, and then YouTube tells you every time I post a new video. So if you're new, hit that subscribe button and introduce yourself in the comments below. I love getting to know you guys. I try to respond to as many comments as possible. I realize I don't get to them all, and I'm sorry. Just know I try my best to keep up with each and every one of you.
It's 1 a.m. and I ain't tired. I can stand right here and talk all night if you want. I ain't got no place to be, no one's waiting for me. I won't lie, I'm into you. Got like a million ideas what we could do. Cause I'm not gonna let you slip away, I won't waste this. There's something about the way you fix your eyes on me. I can't help myself, fall in love, I go crazy. What you wanna do now? Should we head back to my place?
Hello friends. So those past shots were very embarrassing. However, I wanted to show you real life. I probably have not cleaned my car since last summer because if you're new here, I am from Wisconsin and it gets cold here. And when it comes to cleaning my car, if it is below 50 degrees, I don't want to do it. We're finally getting nicer weather, so today I'm tackling my car. It is bad. It's a real life mom car. Like, there is food, there is kid stuff, there is garbage, there is just everything. This is months and months of buildup, and yeah, just real life. So I'm gonna take you along as I tackle this nasty, filthy, complete disaster of a car and get it ready for summer. And then do the outside. Maybe. We'll see how tired I am after doing the inside. This will be a project. So I'm starting literally by just taking everything out of the car. That way I can easily get at everything, but that's going to include trash, toys, a lot of winter gear that I don't need in the car anymore because hopefully we don't get any more snowstorms. Crossing my fingers. But literally just taking everything out. That way when it comes to cleaning it, it's much easier to get at everything.
What you wanna do now? Should we head back to my place? When you give me that smile, I think my heart's turning up the pace. I don't care about what we do if I get to be with you. What you wanna do now? What's to be afraid of when we're young, stupid, and in love?
You guys ever watch those vloggers and be like, I could never do that in public? I'm kind of one of those people. That's why I don't vlog in public often. So cleaning out my car in my front yard where all my neighbors can be watching me with a camera and tripod, it's a little awkward. Because none of my neighbors know that I'm on YouTube, so yes, just for you guys.
Trying to find my place, chasing neon lights, I'm looking for some kind of trace to lead me out of darkness. Give me a little faith, something to make me stronger, someone who could light the way. Then you came to me and you gave me reason.
These all-weather mats I actually kept from my old Accord, so they don't fit the Civic perfectly, but something with all-weather mats, I just think they are so important just to catch as much grime as possible, especially with the salt and everything here in Wisconsin. But then I just went in with our shop vac. Love the shop vac because then it catches all the big stuff, literally everything, and I don't need to worry about it. So just kind of went around everything with the shop vac. It was really bad in this back seat and definitely needed a really good vacuuming. However, I want to try and find a special brush for dog hair because that was the one thing I had a really hard time getting completely out of my car is the dog hair. It did pretty well, but it's not 100%, that's for sure.
The way you light up a room, I couldn't live without you. Not even if I tried, cause every day I'm with you, I'm flying over the clouds. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm flying over the clouds. And I'm not coming down. Every time we touch, I feel at home. There's no way I'd ever let you go. When you put your hands in mine, I know I'm gonna be alright. I don't know what you do to me, but
So like I said before, I'm just literally using everyday stuff that you can find in your house. This is not like, I don't have an extractor or anything special like that. So I just grabbed an all-purpose spray and a bristle brush just to help with any stains that might be on the seat, but also the bristle brush helps get in all the little crevices and pull out some of that dog hair. So I use this a lot just to get in all the little areas that might have been stuck. And as you can see, just the all-purpose spray on these seats really took care of a lot of the little staining. Obviously, if I took it to a detailer, they could do much better with an extractor. But there's like little salt from the winter left on these seats, dog hair, food, probably spilled juice or stuff. And this just helps kind of lift everything and actually does a pretty good job for the everyday mama just trying to get her car cleaned up.
touch, I feel at home. There's no way I'd ever let you go. When you put your hands in mine, I know I'm gonna be alright. Yeah, I don't know what you do to me, but I feel like I am way up in the sky. When you put your hands in mine, I know I'm gonna be alright. Cause when we touch is when I really come alive.
Stumbling out of bed, and I still got you in my head from all those pretty words you said. It's like I'm wasted.
Now this cup holder was probably one of the worst areas between fast food that's been stuck in there and sticky from juice or milk or whatever has spilled. This was really, really gross, but I was very pleased with just a multi-purpose spray, scrub brush, and vacuum. How well this got it. I will say I got the motivation to get this done this weekend from, you guys probably know Micah Stauffer. She's amazing, but her husband has a channel called the Stauffer Garage, and I am obsessed with that channel. He does such a good job. I obviously don't have all the tools as him, but love his stuff. If you love car clean outs, definitely go check out Stauffer Garage because it's addicting and you'll find yourself watching like 3 hours of him just cleaning cars.
On you. Here we are right underneath the stars, so let's get a little reckless. You make me breathless, and I won't waste this. And I promise that I will stand by you forever. I can't get you out of my mind. I will follow you wherever, and I won't waste this. I'll follow you, yeah. Yeah, I won't waste this, 'cause no one makes me feel like you do. You make me reckless.
As you can see in the background, probably in a couple shots, as I was doing this, the boys were actually outside playing on their bikes and all the different stuff, and Bobby was actually working on a new car we picked up from, it was actually his dad and brothers, but they didn't have time to work on it. It's a, what is it, 67 Camaro, 68 Camaro? Something like that. Some old classic car that just needs a lot of working. He's totally the car guy. He's normally the one that details the cars, except I don't let him touch mine because he would yell at me. He would totally yell at me for my car because this is the one area I don't like cleaning and it gets bad. So I suck it up and do it myself because if he did it, I would be in trouble.
windows down, driving down the 405, sing along to the radio. We're gonna make it someday. Nothing's gonna get in our way. We will be the biggest band in town. Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. We're taking our shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names when we're backstage. We'll play loud, surfing the crowd. Everybody's jumping around. Yeah, that's the place where I wanna be. Going on stage, headline on a Saturday night. Oh, 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 Saturday night. Oh, oh, oh. I'm gonna quit my job. Never wanna have no bars. I just wanna play my rock and roll like they do on the radio. Tommy's got brand new drums, and I still have my old guitar. And John said this next song's gonna be real good, if you know what I mean. Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. We're taking our shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names when we're backstage. We'll play loud, surfing the crowd. Everybody's jumping around. Yeah, that's the place where I wanna be. Going on stage, headline on a Saturday night. Oh, 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 Saturday night. Oh, oh, oh. Round and round the world we'll go.
All right, so I can't lie. My cup holder was really not much better than the boys, between spilt probably soda and fast food and all the random stuff that has built up over probably 8 months, 10 months since I had my car cleaned last. So this definitely needed a good wipe out as well. Ugh, cup holders are definitely the worst. I wish a couple of cars I've had has had little rubber bottoms that you could pull out and clean. This one does not, and I wish it did, because that has always made it so much easier. But once again, pretty much using my multi-purpose spray on everything. I see a lot of people using like disinfectants because there's a lot of touch points, but honestly, in this car lately, especially, it's just been me. It's just family. I'm not as worried about grabbing my disinfectant. I also like the look of the multi-purpose spray. It gives everything just a much cleaner look, I think. So just going in everywhere with my multi-purpose spray.
Hey, I don't know if I told you that I think you're beautiful, and how I can't wait to hold you. Yeah, you pull me up when I'm falling down.
Now for the windows, you can just use either an e-cloth or just your favorite window cleaner. However, my husband swears by the Meguiar's glass cleaner, so that is what I am personally using on the glass. And then I used Rain-X as well on the exterior after I did this. But I will say the Meguiar's, I think you can get it at Walmart. I'm pretty sure that's where my husband picks it up. Probably Walmart or Farm and Fleet. Like I said, he's a car guy. But this stuff did work really, really well. I got all the side windows and the back window. And then I actually had my husband get the front window, because between my little arms and this baby belly getting in the way, I just could not reach it as well. So I enlisted him in that portion.
Something that I know for sure, it's just something about you. I just want more. Tell me what you wanna do right now. Tell me what you wanna do tonight. I really don't care as long as I'm with you. Hey, now look into my eyes. You can use them as a mirror, baby. You're my ticket to paradise. Hey, now everything's alright. We've been longing for each other, and it feels like
And then, of course, had to go in and get the kids' seats because if the back seat was bad, the seats were just as bad. So I threw the covers in the wash. Nice thing is the boys haven't been going anywhere because of this whole quarantine thing. So I had plenty of time to really clean those covers and everything and not have to worry about putting it all in the car right away because they're not going anywhere. So, but I wanted to get these really, really cleaned. The bristle brush worked well for all the little cracks and crevices in these seats. And then once again, the Mrs. Meyer's spray. I have to say though, this was exhausting. And I was so sore by the end of this. Cleaning your car is a lot, period, because you're just putting your body in positions that it's not normally in to get at different areas. Doing your car 20 weeks pregnant, so much harder. And then having to film it, it was a lot. I was literally took a nice hot bath after this because between scrubbing everything out and everything, I definitely needed that Epsom salt bath on my back because I was definitely sore. All right, so I know maybe not everyone has a power washer, but we had actually just ordered this one. Our last one broke last summer? Yeah, last summer. So we had just ordered this one. Oh my goodness, this made cleaning these all-weather mats and my other floor mats so much easier. Usually I will spray it down with a cleaner and let it sit and then scrub. This, life-changing. Literally, if you have a power washer, just power wash the mats. It was so much easier, so much quicker, and it was fun.
My heart starts racing when I'm with you. When I'm with you. Can't get enough of this. Being with you is like never-ending sunshine. Feels like everything stops for a while when we look into each other's eyes. How could I ever let you go now when you're looking like that? Can't get enough of this. Being with you is a never-ending sunshine. You got your high heels on, and I'm wearing my worn-out jeans. What could go wrong? Sipping on a beer, sing along to our favorite songs. All I want is you.
So I know I mentioned in the beginning possibly cleaning my car by hand on the exterior. Oh yeah, did not happen. I was so exhausted by the end of this. However, after doing the interior, I did not want to forget about the exterior, especially since I hadn't gone through a car wash since the last snowfall. So there's a salt and kick up of the road from snow and everything. So I just took it and got it done. Definitely a lot easier than doing it by hand. Maybe not as thorough, but definitely easier.
You know I want you close. Maybe hold your hand a little while. Somehow I know you're gonna be the girl that I end up calling my own. Can't get enough of this. Being with you is like never-ending sunshine. Feels like
And just a reminder, if any of you forgot how gross and disgusting my car was, here's a quick before I show you the afters.
can't get enough of this. Being with you is a never-ending sunshine. Never-ending
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and I gave you some motivation to maybe get out and clean your car as well. Hopefully nobody judges me too badly in the comments. I'm sure there is plenty of you out there that are like, yep, that is a real life mama car, because I cannot be the only one with a car that looks like this. At least that's what I'm hoping, and that's what's making me feel better right now. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also, subscribe if you're new. I love doing cleaning videos. And if this was not enough motivation for you guys, check out one of these videos on the side. I know you're gonna love them. But until next time, bye.
Knowing you'll do better without me, without me.